love the beauty behind taking photos and how each image represents a slice of a moment stuck in time. And going through the box of my baby photos, I can rest assured that my love for photography comes from my mum. When Mum talks about my childhood, she always tells me that I was a blessing for her, how after years and years she was able to have me, her one and only child. Her life was bliss, starting a new family of her own. That was until her husband left her, even before I could turn 1. It was tough for her, having to juggle losing someone she loved and looking after a newborn, but she made it work. So much so that she took on the role of both parents, to the point where the vacancy of having a dad during my childhood didn't affect me at all. Everything was heading the right way for her up until that point, so this didn't stop her from achieving her goals. Sacrifices had to be made within her own life in order to better mine. She had to work long hours in order to sustain for both of us, and even during this she made sure that I had the best time growing up, and went out of her way by making sure I was okay, by somehow juggling full-time work and looking after me. My grandparents were a big help to Mum and always looked after me. They made sure I was okay until Mum came back home. My fondest memories as a child is taking the train around with my grandpa whenever I said I was bored, and going to the local markets with Grandma to buy groceries. And at the end of the day, we'd all wait on the steps to see Mum coming back home. I travelled a lot as a kid as well. Sure, I don't remember much of it, but Mum always recalls the stories and memories that were made, and it always leaves a smile on her face. It always amazes me that even despite the lack of having a fatherly figure within our family, she was able to overcome the hurdles and obstacles that were thrown at her as a single mum, and that amazes me to this day. Looking at these photos, it doesn't faze me that I never had a dad within our picture. It never affected me and still doesn't to this day. I think that says a lot about the love and care that went into my mum, and how she always made sure I never had an ounce of loneliness in my heart. She tells me about her troubles as a single mum now, as I've grown up and matured. But it both pains and amazes me to hear the emotions and struggles she had to go through. And that's why I love her so much. She taught me on how to be strong and brave during hard times, overcome the obstacles life throws at you, and work with what life gives you to flourish and shine. She's my one and only role model, and someone I look up to always.